morning. I don't see anybody on this call except the commissioners. Steph, are we clear that we are on the right meeting? We don't have any other issues. Actually, I'm the only one on this call on my computer.
I see a lot of attendees, Commissioner Scar.
Wonderful. Thank you. For whatever reason, I see only myself, so I am going to go ahead and we'll kick off this call. I will be calling everyone to see if you are here because I do not see anyone else on my screen. I love technology. Good morning, everyone. This is Commissioner Scar. Today is Tuesday, April 11th, 2023, and we'll call this meeting to order at 8:01 a.m. Before we get started, I'd like to remind everyone to mute their phone. You can do this by pressing *6. Please unmute yourself when called to speak, again pressing *6. It is very important for all others to remain muted. Thank you. All right, we've called this meeting to order. I'm going to make a quick announcement before we get to the roll call, and that is that the commissioners all need to be at our budget committee hearing. We need to end this call at 8:45. So please forgive me if I feel as if I'm pushing a little quickly today and if our reports from commissioners are a little short, but we need to get ready for our budget hearing. So with that, I would like to do a commissioner roll call. Commissioner Bell, are you here?
Good morning.
Good morning. And Commissioner Yamamoto.
Yes, ma'am, I am here.
Wonderful, thank you. We have a couple of people who are not here today, which will help our call be even shorter so that we can get where we need to go, although we do love to hear from them. So we do not have Adventist Health Tillamook this morning. We will take a quick pause to see if we might have any of our Coastal Caucus members with us this morning. Not hearing any, we'll jump right on to the Tillamook County Community Health Center. Do we have Ed Colson or Marlene Putman today?
Yep, Ed Colson's here with the Health Department.
Good morning, Ed.
Good morning. Good morning, Tillamook County. Last week, the mask requirement for healthcare settings in Oregon ended. So please know that everyone should feel welcome to continue wearing a high-quality mask based on their personal choice and need. Additionally, healthcare settings may choose to continue to require masks, so please follow signage at healthcare offices and ask when scheduling an appointment about mask requirements. Here's what you can expect from us. At Tillamook County Community Health Center, our staff and patients are both encouraged to continue to wear a mask when they would like to, and both will be asked to wear one if experiencing cold or flu-like symptoms. Staff will also wear a mask at the request of the patient. Wearing a mask remains an effective way to reduce transmission of respiratory disease or viruses, regardless of where you go. If you are sick with a respiratory illness and not able to stay home, please wear a mask to reduce spread of the illness and to protect others. At-home testing kits are still available at no cost at all county library branches as well as at our clinic front desk. Now, if you do test positive for COVID-19, OHA's isolation guidelines are to isolate and stay home from work and away from others for at least 5 days from the start of symptoms or positive test results if without symptoms. Seek treatment as early as possible if you're at high risk of severe COVID-19 illness, and continue to frequent hand wash and disinfect high-touch surfaces. It's not too late to get your flu shot or your COVID-19 booster to protect yourself from getting very sick. These vaccines remain available by appointment in many healthcare facilities and pharmacies in Tillamook County, including at our main health center location. We just want to remind everyone that the Health Department will be offering COVID vaccines on Tuesdays and Thursday only. If you need additional resources and support, you can contact our public health line, 503-842-3940, or contact 211. And lastly, in partnership with Tillamook County Solid Waste and County Sheriff's Office, we will be hosting National DEA Drug Take Back Day. That's on Saturday, April 22nd from 10 a.m. to 2 in our main clinic parking lot, which is off of 9th Street and Pacific Avenue. Services provided include free unused or expired medication drug disposal, free sharps disposal in Oregon-approved containers, and then overdose prevention trainings and Narcan kits available while supplies last. That's our Health Department update. We'll turn it back over to you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Ed. Appreciate the information. Okay, moving on. We have Nehalem Bay Health Center and Pharmacy. Gail, are you with us today?
Gail is not. This is Leanne Hoffines, the Communications Manager for Nehalem Bay Health Center and Pharmacy, filling in for our CEO, Gail Nelson.
Good morning, Leanne.
Thanks. Nehalem Bay Health Center and Pharmacy is excited to be part of Tillamook County Wellness walking groups again this year. Our walks take place on Tuesday mornings at 10 a.m. starting today, and it looks like Mother Nature might actually bless us with a break in the rain. So we will explore a different location in North Tillamook County each week, and we invite all our local community members to join us if they can. For the weekly locations, you can visit our website at nehalem.bayhealth.org or our Facebook page at Nehalem Bay Health. For more information on other walking groups across Tillamook County, you can visit tillamookcountywellness.org. Nehalem Bay Health Center has signed on as a supporter of the Food for All Oregonians campaign, also known as Oregon Senate Bill 610. The legislation will expand food assistance programs to all Oregonians, including the more than 62,000 Oregonians who are currently excluded based on immigration status. If you're interested in learning more about the bill, visit foodforallor.org. And finally, I know Gail has provided previous updates on this, the Nehalem Bay Health District's local healthcare bond measure that will be on the May 16th ballot for those voters who live within the health district boundaries. The bond would help fund improved healthcare services and senior care in North Tillamook County. And to share information about the bond and the projects, the health district is holding a number of town hall type meetings over the next several weeks, so people can learn more about the projects and have their questions answered. There's a meeting this Saturday afternoon at the White Clover Grange in Nehalem, a virtual meeting next Wednesday evening, and two coming up at the North County Recreation District, one later this month and one early in May. To learn more about the projects and to find details about the upcoming meetings, you can visit nehalemhealthcare.com or check their Facebook page, which is linked from the website. That's it for Nehalem Bay Health Center and Pharmacy.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
I appreciate that. Thank you for highlighting the Food for All Oregonian Senate bill. That is an important piece of legislation. I do encourage people to take a look at that, as well as the bond measure in North County. So thank you for both of those pieces of information. Okay, Tillamook Family Counseling Center. Frank is unable to join us this morning, so we will jump to the Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Brown, are you with us today? Not hearing him. We will keep moving. If he is on here and I didn't give him time, he can jump back in. Emergency Management, Randy Thorpe, are you with us today?
You bet, I'm here.
Good morning.
Well, the good news for this week is that we really haven't experienced any minor or major flooding from our rivers, which is pretty amazing with all the rain that we've had. Lowlands are experiencing some standing water, of course. And the National Weather Service is standing by their prediction that there will be no river flooding through this little atmospheric river that we're going through right now. So they're predicting a little let up on the rain the next couple of days, but the first time we'll see the sun is probably Friday, and hopefully we'll all remember what that looks like. It's that great big bright dot in the sky. So looking forward to that on Friday. I wanted to put in a plug for the preparedness fair that's going to be occurring in Rockaway Beach this Saturday the 15th. It'll be from 11 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon at the Neahkahnie High School gym. And it will provide a great opportunity to learn more about emergency preparedness. And the other thing is I'll be visiting the South County Emergency Volunteer Corps Thursday night meeting. The county finally got their new credentialing program, software, computer, badge printer, and they are going to be our guinea pigs, I guess, for testing out this system and seeing how well it's going to work and getting all that information in. So hopefully it'll meet all its expectations. So with that, I'll turn it back to Commissioner Scar.
Thank you so much, Randy. Appreciate that. Okay, Board of Commissioners. Let's jump in with Commissioner Bell.
Good morning. Thank you. Well, the big thing that's going on this week, of course, is our budget hearings, which Commissioner Starr just mentioned. We're headed into an all-day budget hearing today and tomorrow afternoon and all-day Thursday. But the other big news that's happening took place really last week on Wednesday night. We had a meeting out of the Port of Tillamook Bay in the Officers' Nest. It was a meeting for FEMA to to gather comments about the proposed biological opinion. And I know you've heard about the biological opinion from Commissioner Yamamoto in the past, probably many times, but it's reached I don't think it's an exaggeration to say a crisis point, because now it's moving forward. We had a pause for a couple of years, and now it is moving forward full steam to be enacted in 2025. So I encourage people to get on the FEMA website and learn about what this means. But in a nutshell, being conscious of our time limits this morning, the upshot of it is that the Audubon Society sued FEMA for saying that the way that they allow building in flood zones in salmon-bearing rivers on the West Coast is causing the destruction of coho salmon. So it's a long, convoluted story, but the result is that FEMA needs to, because that FEMA lost the lawsuit, they now need to change all of their rules and regulations in salmon-bearing rivers and streams on the West Coast in response to the lawsuit that they lost. And so what they're going to do is require us to make changes and hold as leverage the flood insurance program. So all of this will be really, really destructive for Tillamook County. And I encourage people to get on the FEMA website. There's this is a long URL, but the URL is fema.gov/about/organization, Region 10, Oregon, NFIP, which is National Flood Insurance Program. But I bet that if you got on the FEMA website and Googled Region 10, Oregon, NFIP, you would get to this link. And if you don't, then email me and I'll send you the link. Because really everybody in our community needs to be very concerned about this, and you'll be hearing more about it from us in the days to come. So I'll stop with that. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Bell. I'm sure we will talk more about that. Okay, I have gotten a notice that Sheriff Brown joined us. So Sheriff Brown, please step right in.
Good morning. I am here. I apologize for being a little behind schedule, but really, main thing I want to do is mention again that our SAR banquet is coming up. It's been a couple years since we've had it, so we are very excited that it's coming back. We've gotten a good positive buzz from the community that is aware of it. Just a reminder that tickets are on sale at event.gives/SAR. You can buy tickets, or you can buy an entire table for 8 people. We may be limited on capacity depending on how successful and how large this event is, so I would strongly encourage everybody to go online and buy those tickets. We also recently have placed some tickets at our office, our front window, for sale as well. So if you would rather come into our office and pay or buy tickets directly, they will be available at our sheriff's office as well. So we're less than 2 weeks away. We've got quite a few good donations. We should be getting those put up pretty soon, at least the silent auction, as well as advertising some of them on our social media pages. So definitely go to event.gives/SAR for tickets and viewing of the silent auction items, and follow our Facebook page, and we're excited to see everybody. Other than that, that's all I have.
Thank you, Josh. Appreciate that. Definitely get your tickets for the SAR banquet. It sounds like it's going to be a great time. So thank you for that, and we will return to our commissioners. So Commissioner Yamamoto.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Commissioner Bell, for recognizing the FEMA buyout meeting we had last Wednesday. I will just say that I was really encouraged by the number of people that showed up at that meeting. Well over 100 people, probably closer to 150 people. Not one person spoke in favor of the NOAA Fisheries FEMA buyout. This is going to have some really far-reaching effects on Tillamook County, so please stay involved with this issue. The only other thing I'll mention is that Friday and yesterday, Monday, this is our AOC monthly meeting. times. We had 3 steering committee meetings, all virtual, on Friday the 7th. And then yesterday in Salem, we had 2 virtual meetings, as well as our board meeting and legislative committee meeting. As always, it's fun to see commissioners either virtually or in person. But with the legislature in session, things are just so busy and hectic moving forward from here. So just be aware that there's a lot going on in Salem. Things are a little quiet right now, but they're going to pick back up again, and we need to be very watchful of what's happening in Salem at all times. So with that, Madam Chair, I'll turn it back over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Commissioner Bell mentioned our budget hearings, and that was the thing at top of mind for me. So they are today from 9 until 3, tomorrow from 1 until 5, and Thursday from 9 until 4. The information for those is all on the Treasurer's website if you'd like to take a look at the agenda and what departments will be presenting at roughly what times. The budget itself, the draft budget, is also there for someone who wants to spend a little time digging into the numbers themselves. You are able to come into room 106 here at the courthouse where we will be holding those hearings if you'd like to listen in person. You're also able to listen online, and those links are at the Treasurer's website as well, I believe, as on the calendar that you can pick up on our main page. So budget is a very large part of what we as commissioners do. We work with our department heads to whom we are liaison to help them create their budget, to really look within it, see if there are places and spaces to save money. We then sit down and listen to all departments together. We then give the treasurer guidance as to what we would like to see in terms of changes to the budget, if there need to be changes, and those could be driven by, most of the time they're driven by the available revenue, but they can also just be driven by things that we see that could be done differently. That at this point we've really worked with our department heads. I don't expect a lot of that, but it will be driven by available revenue, and that is really a key piece. You've heard us talk a lot about timber revenue. The timber revenue at this point is somewhat of a volatile revenue source for us. Over the last 15 years, we've gone anywhere from having $2.5 million in a year to having $7 million in a different year, and that really changes what we can and cannot do. What we see as an average is about $4.5 million coming into our general fund. That amount is what we are planning to budget for. I'm trying to kind of take some of the volatility out of it and not budgeting big in good years and less in small years. But this is a challenging piece for Tillamook County. We're pleased and blessed to have the extra revenue, but it does create a challenge when we start using it as an expected revenue source. So as if you sit in on any of these budget hearings today, particularly on the third day toward the end, as we grapple with our expected revenues versus our requested expenses, you'll hear a lot about the timber revenue, what we're expecting going forward, how we're attempting to remove some of the volatility in our budgeting process related to this revenue. So just FYI, that's the big subject of the week is definitely our budget hearings. The other thing I will bring up is I know there's a lot of interest in the short-term rental process that's happening, and next week on Tuesday, the 18th, there is a short-term rental advisory committee meeting that will run from 9:30 until I believe it's 3:30 or 4 in the afternoon. It is an all-day meeting for our folks. They've been working very hard, and they continue to work very hard. That's also a meeting you can attend or listen into. That information is all on the Community Development webpage. And I will stop there, and we will move to our cities. Do we have Deb Simmons with the City of Manzanita with us today?
Commissioner.
I hear you. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. At the City Council meeting last week, Manzanita approved the Code Enforcement Officer and a new sergeant position. They also endorsed the Nehalem Bay District bond measure. There's going to be a town hall meeting on the 19th of April at the Pine Grove to discuss the proposal of the new City Hall, and that begins at 5 o'clock. Conversation with councilors to discuss the proposed City Hall is today at 2:30 in the library. You can check the city website for sign up and more information. The space is limited to 15 people. The City Council will have their next work session tomorrow, April 12th at 2 o'clock. This will be a Zoom meeting and will focus on revenue diversification, a water system update, and also a City Hall financial presentation. Last, the Mayor's Monday on April 20th will be at 10:30, but the one on the 24th will be from 5 to 5:45 to accommodate folks who cannot attend meetings at an earlier time. So thank you, and have a nice week.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate the updates. Okay, moving on to Rockaway Beach. Do we have Mayor McNeely with us today?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning. We can.
All right. Just a couple of things. Wednesday, we have our City Council workshop at 5 p.m. at City Hall, followed by our regular City Council meeting at 6. And I encourage all Rockaway Beach residents to attend the City Council meeting, as we're going to get an update from John Paul Bowles on the work he's doing to get us up and running on the Salmonberry Trail project. And then last, but I think more important, it was already mentioned a moment ago, we are hosting a preparedness fair on Saturday, April 15th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Neocani High School Gym. And I encourage anybody in the area who maybe haven't put their toe in the water of emergency preparedness and want to just find out about it, or you've been doing it for a while and are looking for additional tips and tricks. So with that, I will thank all of you for your time and attention and turn it back to you.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Okay, Mayor Tim Hall from Garibaldi, are you with us this morning?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Good morning.
Garibaldi has nothing to report this week.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you being here. Okay, moving on to Bay City. Do we have Mayor David McCall with us this morning?
Yes, you do. Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
Yeah, so just quickly, I would like to first remind everybody that we are having our regular City Council meeting this evening, starting at 6 o'clock in the Community Hall. There's also a dial-in possibility. You can find dial-in information on the agenda. That's tonight at 6 o'clock. And I'd also like to thank all the people that came out to our town hall on Saturday this last week. It was a great attendance, a lot of people getting a lot of information and tasting, the taste of Bay City, and it was great to see so many people together, and thank you everyone who attended. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Mayor. Okay, I just got an email that City Manager Nathan George will not be with us today, so we will move right on to South County. Doug Olson, are you with us this morning?
No, he's not.
I will assume that Doug is probably in his car driving up here for the Budget Committee, as he is a member of our Budget Committee. So, wow, we were really quick. I want to thank everyone for that, and I want to thank KTIL for broadcasting, everyone for attending, and we will adjourn this meeting bright and early at 8:24 a.m. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.